Nairobi CBD. Now there's someone who asked me, the businesses one should not start in Nairobi CBD. Not every business will do well in CBD. And if you are planning to start a business in that area, avoid this type of businesses. Now, the first business you should not start in the CBD is hardware shop. Hardware, selling cement, all those construction materials. Now, the business will not do well because of logistic problems. Because the parking space is very small in the CBD. So your customers might find it very rough and you lose so many customers. So if you want to start that business, do it in the outskirts, like Ruiru, go to Joska, go to Ngong, those towns which are developing. Kitengela, Kiserian, these are places where hardware shop can do very well. There's no way someone can walk from Ruiru to come to CBD to buy cement. No. It will be even more expensive. You should also not start wines and spirits shop in the CBD. You'll be harassed until you close down. This one, I know you think if you move around town, just go to the CBD and see whether you can see any wines and spirits business. They're not doing well. Another business which is not doing well is a pub. There were times when owning a pub and a club in the CBD was very profitable until 2020, when people started drinking within their area where they live. So a pub in your estate will be more profitable than one in the CBD. You can see from 2020, the CBD has been quiet. So people realize that they can drink in their estate without necessarily moving to the CBD. And also the effect of alcohol, it affected the business in the CBD. People feared to drink in the CBD. So a pub is not a good idea. There's also another business you should not start there. It's agrovet. Agrovet business cannot do well in Nairobi CBD. People don't do farming in Nairobi. They live, they consume. So if you start agrovet here, if you start agrovet, you'll make losses. Unless you have a store where you sell to the village, towns, you sell in bulk, that one can happen. But doing it in small scale will not be profitable. You can also not start a daycare business in the CBD. Daycare will only do well in the estates. See, people will not bring their children there. It's very difficult to not do well. So that's another business. If you want to start it, just look for a place in your estate and create a space for children. There's also another business that you cannot start there. Have you ever seen a car wash in the CBD? Car wash is just reserved for those big institutions, big companies, and it's within their premises. They cannot start a car wash, it's just an independent one in the CBD. It's not even legal to do that in the CBD. Unless it's in a petrol station, there you can do that. Also, another business is tuk-tuk. In Mombasa it can work, but in the CBD, I don't know whether it's banned because of noise. But tuk-tuk business in Nairobi, especially CBD, takwama na gari yako. It cannot work in the CBD. Also, garage business. Garage business needs big land. The land must be very big for it to operate effectively. Now in CBD, where can you get 2 acres, 1 acre? In Upper Hill alone, an acre is almost 1 billion shillings. So the business cannot be viable in the CBD. So unless you know, a garage, of course there are garages in CBD, but to start a new one, afresh, it will be very difficult because you cannot get a space. But of course you can start, lakini ngumu. It's very difficult for you. You'll just go downtown, you see garages there, but when you look for a space to start such a business, you'll never get one. So you should not think of starting the business there. So those are just some of the businesses that cannot do well in Nairobi CBD. But you can start something like electronics shop. That one will be good. In the CBD, you can just go there and start a restaurant, a big one. In the CBD, you can go there and start selling smartphones, selling laptops. Matatu business can do. So many businesses can do well in the CBD. Another business which cannot perform well unless in Kwasoko, mitumba, you cannot afford to rent a house in town CBD and sell mitumba. Even clothes from Isili, nowadays they are not profitable because people just walk to Isili and buy instead of buying from you. You can only sell kwa watu wenye hawajui, but people who know the Isili is just 10 minutes from CBD. They'll just go and buy. And the competition is very stiff. It is very, very stiff. So don't dare. Don't. So if you have 10 million, well, just go and start a petrol station. There's also another business which cannot do well in the CBD, which can only do well in the estates. PlayStation. You know, PlayStation business is one that attracts people, especially from 5 p.m. onwards, and it's highly regulated. So if you start in the CBD, you'll get so many problems, especially from the police. And also people not like to spend time in the CBD until late in the night. So it is disadvantageous to you. You also have boda. They are highly regulated in the CBD. Boda business. Just, and the law changes anytime. Today you are allowed to operate. Tomorrow you are not allowed. So you find that you are inconvenienced. So boda, you better start it in the estate. If you want to start any business associated with boda, then you can sell spare parts in the CBD, but not operating a boda. So instead of that, just start a chemist, but it will be very expensive for you. Chemist, but one of the most profitable in the CBD. So you can start that business, but boda will not do well. So if you are planning to start any business, tell us which one you are planning and whether you consider Nairobi, because in Nairobi I'm sure you'll grow very fast, faster than you can grow in any town in Kenya. So you can just comment below and also subscribe.